Mike Sullivan. I'm a former IRS agent and teaching instructor with the IRS. Welcome to my YouTube station. I'm always dressed like this because you're not interested in my clothes because they're comfortable. You're interested really in my mind. If you want to see me in a suit and tie, you can go to 777irs.com. I have been on national TV a number of times recently. You can go there and see how pretty I look in a coat and tie, or maybe just a nice shirt and tie. Anyway, I have a whole team of former IRS agents, and you can go ahead and look them all up, and you can see the type of team we've got. Anyway, I worked at IRS for actually a decade. I've been in private practice for 4 decades. I have been doing this 50 years, and I deserve to dress like this. I don't need fancy books, and I don't need a script to read. I just shoot, and that's what you're getting, in fact, today. Like I said, I've worked around 10,000 cases, and we are really national experts in all IRS matters. You'll see it by the team we have. I do these videos for 3 reasons, so you don't get ripped off. I tell you the truth, and today I'm going to give you some really cool insider information you are not going to get elsewhere. If anyone tells you this, they usually don't know what they're doing unless they're a former revenue officer. So when you give, you got to be careful giving IRS a financial statement. That is a 433F, a 433A, or a 433B. I can tell you this because as a former IRS agent, I have reviewed thousands of those cases. First of all, the 433F is more a simple form. It's a 2-page form, and that goes to the service center where you have people not so skilled, and they're really first-line people who are just kind of basic people look at the financial statement. They're really not going to do a lot of scrutiny at that level. That's just not their job. Their job lovingly is to take a call, to make a decision, to put that case into part pay agreement or a currently non-collectible status or hardship. That's what their job is. And when they get that financial statement, they want to assure that it makes sense. You have to have if you have a number of expenses, you got to have income, or you've got to be able to show how you're covering that debt. Most people send that financial statement in, it doesn't make any sense, and boom, they go ahead and get with something they don't want because they don't understand the financial statement. Remember, your financial statement on any level makes sense. Yesterday, I looked at a financial statement someone sent me. They made $2,500 a month. They had $3,800 in expenses. Tell me what was wrong with that picture. They are down a whole bunch of money, like $1,500 a month. How are they living? You can't turn in a financial statement unless you can say you had people supporting you or you're living on credit cards. So any financial statement that you give IRS must make sense. It must have a balance. So whatever income you have coming in has to at least cover the bills, or you have to have an explanation. You also have to understand that when you put your income and expenses down, whatever is left over, guess who gets? Uncle wants it in their pocket. So if you have made $8,000 a month and you have $6,000 in expenses, you have $2,000 left over, Uncle gets the money. So you have to make sure you know how to fill the financial statement out. And I'm not saying do this you can do this yourself if your financial statement is simple. If it's a little more complicated, if you do not get professional representation, and I'm not like saying, oh, you need to have this, it's up to you. But if it's not making sense and it's discombobulated, you really got to hire someone who knows what the hell they're doing. When I tell people who've actually signed up with me to give me their financial statements, it's like, what am I really getting here? My job is to bring order to them, to get them in the best situation, to get them the best deal. So if you're doing this yourself, make sure your financial statement makes sense, and make sure that your bank statements and your pay stub and your expenses are documented so it makes sense. Now, let me dive down a little more with the revenue officer. The revenue officer is going to ask for the 433A and the 433B, and they are going to dig deeper. They're going to look at your bank statements. They're going to look at any money you spent and make sure that financial statement makes sense. They know exactly where the stink is and how to dive down on cases. IRS is only going to let you live on X amount of dollars a month. If you don't know what that is, you should go ahead and put in IRS national standards for, okay, food and clothing, IRS national standards for housing and utilities, IRS national standard for car expense, IRS national standards for car payments. IRS is going to dictate to you how much that you can spend on those, and you have to know that. Just understand this. The revenue officer is going to do a much deeper investigation, and not only are they going to go ahead and do this, they're going to give you a document request, a 9297, where they're going to ask for a lot more things than the service center is. So be prepared for a revenue officer to look at your financial statement, do a deep dig, and they're going to want more documents. Sometimes it takes a month to go back and forth with the revenue officer on your financial statement. Anyway, if you need help, we're here. You'll see our information below. Just be careful, because what you give IRS with the financial statement is either really going to help you or really going to hurt you. Please give me a subscription. I gave you the very best information I can. Leave me questions. You can make a calendar appointment with this. If you want me to do a YouTube on something, let me know. I'm here for you to give you the information you need. Once again, I'd really appreciate the subscription, because YouTube says they're valuable. Thank you.